What is the mark of the beast, brother?
All right, first and foremost, the mark of the beast, what we teach at HOI as the senior elder of HOI, what I teach is the mark of the beast is more spiritual, meaning having a mark of the white man's system, believing in his wickedness, believing in his evil, making an agreement with Satan. Like when the celebrities and the people in power, they sell their souls, all right? They receive the spiritual mark because they make an agreement with the devil to follow his ways.
All right, Shalom. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kakwadash. Dear ones to my teachers, the elder apostles of the great millstone who are well. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect tabernacle of David scattered over the four corners of the earth. And this is my second reply to this interview in which you asked Netter interviews Zabak, and the topic of the mark of the beast came up. And I wanted to play this segment of the discussion because it was something that I wanted to respond to in regards to the statement that he made. Now, if you analyze what Zabak is really saying here, if he was to apply what he just said to the worshiping of the image of the beast, he would be spot on. That would be a perfect understanding of how to worship the image of the beast. But they get that confused with the mark. And that's where they go wrong. All right. Now, when you go to the understanding, it tells you how this beast is going to give life unto the image of this particular beast. Right? And let's read it. Revelation 13 and 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And what is this saying? That if you don't prostrate yourself unto the so-called white man's belief system, his doctrines, his principles, all right, his ideologies, then he's gonna try to X you out of the system. He's gonna try to X you out. All right, you're a potential threat to his democracy and his fashion of living. You see, and I'm gonna actually use the point that Zabak made and apply it to the worshiping of the image of the beast, because what a lot of our people do, because they envy their oppressor, they try to emulate him just to try to succeed and get the same possessions that Esau possesses. And that's why it tells you in Proverbs 3 and 35, it's like you're not 35, 31, it says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. And basically, Zabak basically said, a lot of our people that sell their soul to the system, they do so that they can, get riches and get fame and be able to do what they do. And they believe in his wickedness. Well, you believe in his wickedness when you're seduced by him. Was that Proverbs 12 and 26? The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduceth them. What did the serpent come to Eve to do? He seduced Eve, and she, in her mind, she figured that if she emulated the ways of the serpent of the wicked, that she would be as a god, just as the serpent actually told her that, hey, you would be like a god, knowing both good and evil, if you eat of that tree. Because the devil, he actually envied the Most High. So what is the image? What does image mean? Now, what I have pulled is the etymology online, or the etymon Edom Online, or the online etymology dictionary, and it says right here, it says from Old French image, likeness, figure, drawing, portrait, reflection, statue. Earlier, imagine, from Latin imaginem. All right, copy, imitation, likeness, and we know that this system is just a replica or an imitation of the ancient Roman Empire, which is why you have all these different um, Roman architecture, throughout the country. The courthouse buildings, the White House, Capitol Hill, and Rome had a Capitol Hill. That goes back to Rome. The fact that you have a Senate, that goes back to Rome. You have the Republican and the Democrat, but that's just the modern day a patrician and a plebeian. Okay, Esau wants you to prostrate yourself to the fashion and the ways of the ancient Roman setup. He wants you to take on his democracy. He wants you to take on his philosophies. That's all part of his image. He's telling you that his image is what should be worshipped. Okay? Take on my belief system, my doctrine, my principles. Okay? And notice that the term idea shows up. You see? It says figuratively idea. You see? So ideologies is involved. Okay? What is ideology? The science of ideas, the science of beliefs, ideals, principles, doctrines, teachings, morals. All right. So really using your stances about that, should be more applied to the image rather than the actual mark, which is a physical mark that he's gonna put on you, and that if you don't have it, you won't be able to do this physical transaction, which is buying and selling. He knows how to shut you off from doing that by trying to trap you into this system. And by default, if you worship his image, you will have no problem receiving his mark and getting plugged in. You see? But I like how he used celebrities selling a soul, you know, because ultimately they're worshiping the image of the beast. Now let's real quick, let's go to the Apocrypha. Yeah, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, and let's go down to the end. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2:23. It says, "For the Most High created man to be immortal, and made him to be an image of his own eternity." Now, if we as a nation continue to worship the image of the Most High, which is basically prostrating ourselves before his ways, his commandments, his statutes, his doctrine, then we will be immortal. But the moment we change that and we followed after the way of Esau, we began to be mortal. And that's what happened going back to the garden. The serpent came to Eve and told her, this ain't the image that you want to worship. Okay, no, worship this image, because the devil was envious. This is the same devil to this very day who have that God complex. He wants you to worship him in his way. It says, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world. And one of the signs of envy is imitation. When you try to imitate or copy someone else because you want what they have. Well, this devil, he's envious of the Most High. That's why he's trying to imitate the Most High. So he wants you to worship him as the Most High, and he wants you to bow down before his image, his ideologies, his ways, his doctrine. And a lot of celebrities, all right, they pretty much bow down because they envy the oppressor, so they have to follow in his footsteps in wickedness. And when the devil came to Yahweh Shai, let's go to that real quick. Did he try to put his mark into Yahweh Shai, or was he trying to get Yahweh Shai to prostrate himself and bow down to his way, you know, to his philosophy? This is Matthew 4 and verse let me jump down. This is Matthew 4 verse 8. It says, "Again the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them." It's the same thing that happened with these celebrities and entertainers. Okay, they see all of the luxury, you know, all the goods that Esau has in possession that he would share with them if they sell him their soul. Right? He's basically saying that you get a taste of this if you know sign that contract, but there's something that you got to do. And what does it say? Verse 9, it says, "And he saith unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship me." Meaning conform yourself, you know, to my ways, you know, bow down to my image. And that's what these Jake entertainers that sell their soul, that's exactly what they do. They turn into straight up sodomites, you know. They get invited to these satanic festival parties where they perform rituals, satanic rituals. Well, they was doing that in Rome as well. They was having wine parties where they was having orgies and stuff like that. You know, they would do it to commemorate some evil deity, idol. All right, it's all Satan worship. They when they throw up the Baphomet, they worship in Baphomet, which is a demon that Esau worships. Because really, that's a even though that's an androgynous demon, but it's all representation of what Esau represents, which is rebellion. Okay, it's all about rebellion. So if you worship his image, then you know you're a rebel. You are at war against your own maker. Verse 10, it says, "Then saith Yahweh Shai unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shalt thou serve." But somebody that envies this devil, they're gonna follow after his way, so they will be prone to worship him. Okay, they will be prone to believe in his wickedness, his democracy. Okay, so let me go back to that in Proverbs 3 and 31, and it says, "Envy thou not thy oppressor, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." Okay, and then when you go to the cross refs, gives you more scriptures on it. All right. It's Proverbs 23 and 17. It says, "Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long." Okay, don't envy, you know, what these men have. Don't envy the fact that you know they're able to have success at the evil things that they have come into pass. You know, these men are billionaires and trillionaires, but they did it through wickedness and deceit. And Jake emulates that so that they could become rich. Proverbs 24:1, it says, "Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them." Proverbs 24:19, it says, "Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked, for there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out." And we all know this one. Psalms 37:1, it says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity." Because they're in power. It seemed like they're getting away with all their wickedness, and their wealth is constantly increasing. You know, their power is constantly being increased as well. And like it tells you that in at the end of the chapter, I've seen the wicked, spread himself out like a green bay tree. Let me see if I can find that. Yep, Psalms 37:35, it says, "I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yet I sought him, but he could not be found." In other words, he's going to be brought down to the pit. Everybody's going to, at one point, in the near future, they're going to say, "Was this the man that did shake kingdoms? You know, that made that caused the world to tremble? You know, wasn't this man just on top? Now he's nowhere to be found." So that's why we're not to fret and envy this devil. So going back up, it says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb." Okay? They had their part. The Lord created them to be the wicked. He created them for the day of evil. They're just vessels fit unto destruction. All right? But hey, at times you see them prospering in their wealth, and sometimes you might get envious. And a lot of Jake, they ended up selling out because they're envious. Why you think Jay-Z and Dame Dash formed their record label Rockefeller Records? That's because they envious of the elite, and that's the reason why Jay-Z has the spirit that he has. All right, he conforms to the image of the beast, and that's why he has what he has. All right, he sold his soul. Okay. Jumping down, it says, verse 5, it says, "Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of a man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth." See? So we're not to envy this devil, man. Okay? What he has is all temporal. All right? Hey, Psalm 73. "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." How they just flow in wealth, and they don't have a care in the world. They're not plagued as other men. You know, they have all that a heart could wish for, all their heart's desire, man. But we're not to envy that. Esau was given his blessing, and he received that. What we're gonna get is everlasting and eternal. All right. So the reasoning that Zabak is actually giving will be more applicable to the worshiping of the image of the beast, much less the actual mark of the beast. All right. If he was talking about the image of the beast, I would 100% agree with Zabak. But I do not see any correlation with it being the mark of the beast. Seeing that the mark is more of a physical thing, it talks about it being incision and etching in the flesh. And if you don't have this particular mark, you won't be able to buy or sell. Because there's many people in the world that don't get down with Esau's philosophy or his democracy or his way of living, and they're good. They're trading, they have commerce, they're buying and selling. But the ultimate test for them is when this whole system has to be rolled out globally, which is we're in the process of that now. They're gonna have to implement this system and be upon this grid that Esau is creating. If you want to continue to maintain business, this is going to be a test for everybody, man. All right, and hey, he said he's going to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor. The celebrities, that's a small portion. That's the great of the people of influence, the people that have a high social status. But we still dealing with the poor. We still dealing with those who are imprisoned. They're going to be confronted with the mark as well. All right. So anyway, I just want to do a follow-up lesson in response to it, and based on the understanding, when you understand what the image represents and what it means, then you can see how what he's saying really applies to worshiping the image. All right. When you start to take on his way and you believe in his wickedness, you believe in his monetary system, you believe in his medical system, which all goes back to ancient Greece and Rome. You know, their system was built on idolatry. Worship Asclepius or Panacea or Coronis. You know, all gods dealing with medicine, the medical field. He wants you to worship his knowledge, his artificial intelligence. All right, Esau is basically trying to create a alternative to the Most High, and he wants you to worship that. All right, but nevertheless, like I said, we don't have any animosity with Priest of Bach. He's been out there strong. It's just we have difference in doctrine, and when we hear certain things, it's our job to come out and kind of correct it. All right, whether we get on their nerves, whether they think that it's out of malice and whatnot, that's never our intent. But we rather that Jake repent and be brought out of the fire, man. The Lord willing, he sees it before it's too late. Because hey, even Sarnetter, this guy's like a heathen, but even with his dark mindset, he can even see it, man. So what does that tell you? But anyway, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Shai. And until the next lesson, I say, Shalom.